Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
And it is always vital to the future of us all. What's vital to the future of us all is I have my coffee. It's just been freshly made. I do recommend Nespresso. It's this coffee machine company in Israel. I think they have them around the world. Yeah, I saw George Clooney on that. So yeah, they're not affording him on the Israel budget, that's for sure. But we got this new coffee maker like 6 months or so ago, and it's a bit phallic, okay? But I do notice that in many things, many more things that I think the average person. But it is like a very like shaft, large domed shaft-like thing, and you press a button on the thing. Opens up, really cool, and then you put the pod in, and you go. It's like really is. It's like like I would say if Google or a very cool social media company created that pod thing that Darth Vader was in Empire Strikes Back. That so it closes them, and it makes your coffee, but it makes it frothy without milk. So. So there's that. and it makes yummy coffee. So thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I went out today. I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I went out today, which is which is like unusual for me. I don't really need time to get out and like stretch my legs and stuff like that. So we went out and I got takeout for dinner. Got a new thing called poke. Have you ever had poke? It basically there's a bowl. It's like sushi. It's all the ingredients of sushi. You have a bowl. You decide what you want your base. You want rice. You want this. You want that. Yeah, different things you have with your base. Different proteins. Different salmon or tofu or whatever. Boom, boom. Put it in and the salad stuff. And it just looks really good. It was like and then they got this other thing where they'll make you. It's really weird. They take a full piece of nori, that square seaweed stuff you make sushi with. They coat the whole thing with rice. So far, so good, right? And then you just get these different fixings, and they like wrap it up for you. This giant, they call it barrette, but it's like a giant shawarma. It's like so there you go. So I got one of those as well because it was too bloody cool. And they had fake crab, which I do like fake crab. Tell you, anybody who tells you that they're not missing out anything by being kosher, they're lying. They don't know what they're talking about. Trafe is awesome. Let's get to the chat. Colin B. Smith, how are you? It's not going to be. It's Ben Permit. I got to remember. I didn't put it on the thumbnail, but I got to remember. Ben Permit has written well, it's not very hard to say superior. I would say what Christian should have written. What he should have written. For Jodie Whittaker to say when Graham said, "Doctor, I'm feeling a bit nervous. About my cancer? Could you inspire me in some way?" And she said, "No, I can't do that because I'm useless." Essentially that was her line. I am useless. I'm too useless to say how useless I am. It's not been a good day. It's not been a good day for the J-Bots, has it? For the Jodie fans, it's not been a good day for them. Grappling with the reality that people don't like this Doctor Who. That talk radio thing, which I've only seen 5 minutes of. I did a full video on it, a full video on that 5-minute thing. Somebody said, who was it sent it to me? I'll check it. I think it's Bradley Dare sent it to me. I did it's a 40-minute video. The commentary on the 5-minute clip. And then I finished, I uploaded the video. I spent freaking forever on that as well, okay? Because I edited out when I played it like as I was recording it, the video. So I edited out that audio and resynced in the original video audio. If you know what I'm talking about, you understand this is very cool. But that just gives you a much cleaner sound, a much cleaner, so you could hear them before your entertainment. You could have got by, but no. I spent like an hour doing that. It made me more, right? It's just way too long. I actually recorded another video, but I didn't have time to put it out. I might put it out tomorrow. It was about the DC Bloodbath. But yeah, no, this has not been a good day for J-Bots, has it? I've seen Noel shared on Twitter, and Twitter's a terrible place. I got to remember, I've worked out. I just watched Lower Decks, so I could review that for you. But I've worked out what it is about. I think Lower Decks and Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who. There's one common denominator, and it's not wokeness. It's not. I mean, because listen. Yeah, they're all woke as hell. They're all woke as hell because they're all morons, right? They're all morons, and they have to be woke because that's my rabbi, the Rosh Hashiva, Rabbi Noah Weinberg, of blessed memory. He made a lot of very good points. I'll tell you how I got religious. Well, okay, as we're just waiting for people to come out, I'll tell you how I got religious. I decided like that. I was 19, and I won't go into vast detail. I was a reasonably successful young man, right? I was like, me, a little bit pushy. One could say, right? I don't know how I did it. I remember we recorded the video vault for Star Wars last night, right? Which is a show we put out on Friday. Next week's going to be packed. There's tons of people want to be in it. But we recorded the one on Star Wars last night. What was I going to say? What was I talking about Star Wars? It was something that tied right into that. Totally forgot my train of thought. Wow. Super brain fart. There you go. Anyway, it'll probably come back to me in a minute or so. But I was saying, Ben Puma. It's not a high bar to jump over. But he wrote a rectified script for. Can you hear me? Is is that the name of that awful episode? The socially awkward episode. Because every time I say, "Can you hear me?" I always hear Yentl, which I hate with every fibre of my being. We go, Papa, can you hear me? I hate Yentl with all fibre of my being. I was telling you how I got religious, and then that tied into Video Vault. Oh man, there's some connective tissue there which I'm missing. I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and go, yeah, that was it. I should have said that. That happens to be a lot. So I can't. I didn't put it on the thing. I can't get to right about. Anyway, so yeah, Rabbi Noah Weinberg. Now I'm kind of remembering. I still don't know how I tied into Video Vault, but okay, whatever. He would say that people, generally speaking, take on the sensibilities, the beliefs of their environment, right? So if one is raised in one environment with a predominant belief system, one will almost certainly adopt that belief system. So it's a bit different in the Western world because they very much believe in pluralism, which I think is a dominant belief system, right? It really is. But I think if you grow up in like the Muslim world, you probably unquestionably have the Muslim belief system. You grow up in Japan, or what I guess they are Buddhist. Whatever it is, you grow up in that belief system. If you grow up in communist China at the right time, you would be like really proud to wear that blue suit they wore, with the little red book of Chairman Mao's thoughts. One is a product of their environment. That's why choosing your environment is a very good thing. Is a very important thing. So this is. This is, I think, what's producing terrible science fiction, because the people producing these terrible science fiction are a product of a terrible environment, which is basically Twitter. I realized that watching Star Trek Lower Decks today, which, oh God, it's if you like Star Trek, it's agony. If you don't care about Star Trek, it's just bad, right? But if you like Star Trek, oh my God, if you like Next Generation, I mean, God, it's like, Imagine, you have an aunt that you love, the coolest aunt in the world, right? Wonderful aunt. And then somebody comes in and says, I own your aunt now, and then holds her down and takes a shit on her. Like literally takes a shit right in front of you. You can't, and you're like, and that's what it. Listen, if you like these things, God bless you. But for me, that's what watching Lower Decks is like. Somebody just taking it. I'm being demonetized, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to say, it's like watching somebody take a shit on your favorite aunt, on somebody you love, somebody you cared for, somebody who cared for you, somebody who provided for you. it's like watching somebody take a shit on it and for their own gratification, then smiling. So the trouble is, they're terrible people. The people, who live on Twitter, they're terrible people. And they're the people who make Star Trek now, make Doctor Who. They're terrible, terrible human beings. So the hero of Star Trek Lower Decks is the hero if you like Twitter, if you live on Twitter. She's just like horrible to people all the time. She's just a horrible human being, and she's wonderful at everything. She always wins in that, and even when she's like being like being good, it's all to virtue signaling how wonderful she is. It's so disgusting. It's so anti everything that's Star Trek, right? So anti that aspirational stuff. It makes say no. But if this person was in Starfleet, they would be institutionalized for being insane. That none of this is normal. Oh God, it's so bad. So anyway, you're getting me like right after watching it. My Facebook just said I have 22 new notifications. Dude, that doesn't get me out of bed in the morning. 22 new notifications. I'm sorry. Oh, speaking of which, if you're not a subscriber, could I ask you, can you hit that subscribe button? That'll be fantastic. Thank you very much. The prize this week in my competition is very good. I'm actually going to do a video about it tomorrow, an in-depth video reviewing all the different comics. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a bit of a preview because I've been working on gathering the art. So let's just open up 1 second. Here we go. I'm going to opening up a bunch of the artwork. Go start over here, I think. Oh yeah. Oh, so cool. Yeah, I just really this is such a great prize because I just dig it so much. Here we go. So I'm gonna be talking like in detail about Dalek Killer. I'm doing a whole video on it tomorrow. We're doing like a review. We can look at the artwork. This freaking artwork. Oh my God. See, 1 second. The male gaze being realized fantastically. Thank you, Steve Dillon. You see, there's nothing wrong with it being turned on. Okay, I want to tell everybody. Listen, you shouldn't go around looking at people. Like if you're on a train, if you see the attractive woman, you shouldn't stare at her or follow her. That's bad. Don't do that. Okay, never do that. Never stare at her. But if you're looking at a magazine or a comic book and you see a super hot girl, it's okay to be turned on. And again, I'm a rabbi, okay? I'm a rabbi. Basically, that means I'm like, just embrace your sex. I'm saying, don't go look for it. Don't go look for it. But like, if you find it, who cares? I mean, again, human sexuality is nothing wrong with it. Anyway, so and listen to this. You got a hot chick and a guy slicing through a robot with a mother Evan chainsaw, right? And a Dalek, all on the same page. I mean, like, okay, how can that get any better? That can't get any better. So we're going to be doing a review of Abslom Dark, which is one of the things I'm giving away. But look at the freaking artwork. Oh man. And this was his early stuff. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pages. Look at the emotion. Look at this page really sells. You don't need to read the art, read the words. The art just sells a story. And look at that mouth. Like his the expression over here, and then over to his mouth. There we go over here. Like it just sells it. The posture. And the costume is so cool. Steve Dillon's great. May be a blessed memory. And then next issue, they only bring in the Draconians, drawn by Steve Dillon. Doesn't get any better than bloody that. And then, you get Drunk Abslom Dark, and there's all this like draconian infighting and stuff going on. And then it switches over to David Lloyd from V for Vendetta. And he's very interesting. I do. It's really different. Okay, it's really different. Well, I dig David Lloyd. I do dig David Lloyd. I do like his Ice Warrior as well. But it's much more stylized. If you haven't read V for Vendetta, it's very, very good. I do recommend it. Yeah, but yeah, Alan Moore is Alan Moore though. You know, he's going to be doing good stuff. And then it goes over to Lee Sullivan when they bring it back in the 80s. In the late 80s. So it moves from the early 80s to the late 80s. There's a good 5-year gap. And again, look, I love the Daleks on the Trans-Solar Disc. Look at that. Freaking awesome. And I tell you, Lee Sullivan, he can draw a Dalek, man. He knows how to draw a Dalek. Yeah, he just got this like pre-natural idea. And then he gets, I think his characterizations are a bit too cartoony. But still, it's a nice bloody page, isn't it? It's a pretty darn good page. Yeah, it's the War Wheel. You read more free comics online at Read Comic Online. That's where I did that. That's where I came from. So yeah, so there was that. And then what else did I find? I think we've got some more stuff here, show you. Over here. What's this stuff? I think we've seen that. Oh yeah, then we get into Mark of Mandrogona. But here, I'll do this here. So this is what I was doing just before I started, because I wanted to get this job done for tomorrow. I was cleaning up all the digital files that I hastily scanned. Oh yeah, this morning. So because I couldn't find stuff online, and this is like John Ridgway's like, look at this, isn't it gorgeous? Freaking awesome! This is Polly the Glot, wonderful page here. I'll show you the next sequential page from this if I got it. Do I have it here? Yeah. See, the Doctor starts him out. He just gets into this. I love how he did the TARDIS, and then Dwayne goes to this page. Look at that page! Freaking love it, mate. John Ridgway's the master. He really is. He knows what he's doing. Polly the Glot. So that's another prize. It's the first appearance of Frobisher. A good colouring job as well. I'll say darn good colouring job. Yeah, this is all scanned, direct from the comic. Then we got Fellow Travellers, which is by has Arthur Ransom the art. Look at that! Oh man, you have a little cameo of Jamie and the Second Doctor. Just gorgeous, isn't it? Arthur Ransom is a much more sort of looky-y feel, right? You look, yeah, there's another. Oh yeah, look, this is the opening page. Look at that! What is that storytelling with the owl flying by? It's lovely, and you got this, wonderful likenesses of Sophie and Sylve. And he's a dab at the action as well. You got to tell you, he's grabbing the likeness as well. So yeah, so we're doing a comic book review tomorrow. That'll be fun frolic for everyone. Right, I should really get to the chat. I'm like 20 minutes in already. I said to myself, do the chat 5 minutes in, Svi. Do it. And I was like, yeah, I got to listen. I started with Colin P. Smith, right? David Matters, good afternoon. How are you doing? Daniel Leach, how are you? I hope you're getting good. I hope time is getting good right up as I pre-ordered it too. I am waiting for it to release. Big Finish dropped a bunch of stuff. It dropped Thin Time and the other one. I'm 3/4 of the way through Thin Time right now. It's two-part stories. And it's bit sapphire and steely again. I quite like, which is very much like in the feel of that last one, the Time Apart. So it feels like an addition to Time Apart. So yeah, so far, like in Thin Time, you don't get any like. I think you hear Tegan in like from as a reprise, and then they also dropped today the Sixth Doctor and Perry story. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm up for that. Kelly, how are you? Ben Palmer. Yes, I remember. I got to read your thing. It was a good script. I'm dying over here. I want this release. Yeah, I know. I reckon they're pushing this to the end of the month, though, don't you, Colin? I think they are. I think they're going to push it to the end of the month. They're releasing everything else. I think they want. This is a big one for them. I think they want to clear the schedules. Yeah. But are they releasing all of the, all 12 of the Eccleston stories on vinyl? That's pretty. Listen, I wish I was into vinyl because they're cool. They're certainly cool. I guess I'm just not, but I wish I was because and they have great collector stuff. Big Finish. But yeah. There's a lot of good stuff on vinyl I like. Find something. Fine. Okay, I'm like half hour behind. I got to do. Darren M, how you doing? Oh, my wife's cooking mushrooms. Oh, it smells so freaking good. She's getting ready for Sabbath tomorrow. What are we having? I think we're doing steaks tomorrow night. On like a bit on in the Jewish thing, is you do Sabbath. That means you have a big like Thanksgiving dinner on Friday nights and Saturdays every week. Every week we do like wild. But she oh man, just jumps me big time. Fine, let me just fine. Okay. I'll focus on chat. I'm going to the chat. I think when you get half hour behind, you can focus on the chat. It's okay. So Darren M, how you doing, mate? It's good afternoon, good morning for you over there, I believe. Who else have we got? Sadako 24. Sadako 24. How does your name become Sadako 24 and sometimes Sadako 24 meta? You know, are you the same people, or is that your clone brother? You know, or is it like your clone brother? Not clone brother. I'm thinking more of like the relationship between those two white dudes in the Matrix 2 and 3, which I quite like, even though a bit overbloated. The two like white ghost dudes that can like float in and out of stuff. They work for the Moravincian. I tell you, I like the world, the way they blew out that world. I really did. I like the Moravincian. I like the orgasm cupcake program that they wrote. I thought that was pretty cool. No, but I like the Moravincian. I like the whole world. I like the whole idea of the underworld of AIs, which is really fascinating, right? Like these rogue AIs. I liked all that. Yeah, it got a bit overbloated towards the end. It certainly did. And like the whole like weird dance scene in the beginning was such a bad way of starting the movie. It was such a bad idea. Really, that reeks of people who have had too much success, and nobody like the Harry Potter books went from like being that thick and being really, really, very easily readable, digestible to be like that thick, and going like, oh god, like they could have edited out a third of the Debbie Hallows easily. They should have just saved that for a special edition or something. I'm just like, oh my god. Just ask the area, how are you? Oh no, how you doing, man? 20 minutes later, how you doing? Hope you're still there. See, like one says, hold on, let's see if I can find a hospital on New Earth. Hold on, let's see if I can get us to the hospital on New Earth. I wish I was talking about 15 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. Hold on, let's see if we can get to the hospital on New Earth. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, mate. Easton, how you doing? Writers write dialogue that basically says, I am too useless to say I am useless. That's why, the writers that's why writers may be returns. I don't really understand. But okay. Talk radio clip was wonderful, wasn't it, Daniel Leach? It really was. And okay, listen, if you like this era, God bless you. But it's the people who I'm like, I've had this real so I'll say my profound revelation about current day Doctor Who and Star Trek Lower Decks is if you think this character is a hero, you're wrong. You're wrong. The star of Lower Decks. It's the same with the Doctor. If you think she's a hero, you're wrong. That's not heroic. That's because you got your heads up your ass. You live on Twitter. None of that's heroic. That's like the antithesis of heroism in so many ways. It's terrible. And that's really the problem. They think having a snarky put down is a good thing. No, having a snarky put down isn't a good thing. Okay, it's not good to win. It's good to be at peace, right? It's good to be at peace. It's not good to win. Honestly, when you win, I normally feel guilty. Like when I crush someone. I had this again at the beginning of this year. I had this thing where I spoke out against this local official. Right? I thought the way he was doing that wasn't good. And I did say that was by Jewish law not permissible, and I got my ass handed me for that. But here's the incredible thing. And it really blows me away. And it's a biblical thing, right? And I saw it firsthand, experiencing it. It turned out the whole thing came about. It was because the guy one guy had this real animosity towards me and he hated me for years. And like, you never think you're on somebody else's radar, right? And this guy was not on my radar at all. I didn't know of. I mean, I saw him. I was like, couldn't care less. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't remember you at all. You know, he really like, it was like, if he was there or not, didn't matter to me. But for his part, he was plotting and scheming and waiting for his moment to pounce, right? And and it's so sad. It's so sad because like he pounced and he failed totally. He just bounced off me. He wanted to do this shit. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. and then I got the upper hand over him. But here's the thing, and here's the incredible thing. They came with me with like a to put a curse upon me, right? And again, this is the biblical thing. If you are a reasonably, if you try and be a righteous person, right? And I'm not saying I am. I'm saying I probably was in this case, right? I'm not saying in general. If you want to be right, it said those curses turn into blessings, and so that's basically what happened to me. They came at me to like really crush me down and humiliate me publicly, right? And they didn't expect me to be able to be man enough to say sorry for the biblical thing because I was happy and I did it in such a great way. And so like now, so they wanted to like crush me and bring me low, make me like reviled it. And now I'm just like I got this like mythic status, this mythic like they came with me to give me a curse, and it got turned into a blessing, and it's the weirdest freaking thing. Watching it from the inside, it really is. The Thinking, how are you, sir? Well, that's a bit of a interesting little side thing. So yeah. So again, the problem is these people. I had this revelation the other day. They are both cruel and cowardly. That's why they love this Doctor Who. They are cruel and they are cowardly. I don't think there's any better way of describing the behavior I saw. I saw somebody. Posted the clip, like a pro-Jodie thing, say, "Oh, this has looked bad," and like, I think it's prompting discussion. I don't know if the guy's a dick or not. I really have no idea, right? I was going through it, reading it. So much traffic on the way home. So I was going through reading it. There's a bunch of ones that I was blocked. I'm like, oh, really? Like, it was probably a chain block. I mean, I don't know. So I switched to like another account I have because I want to see what's going on. And it's terrible. Oh my God! I wish I remained. I just didn't say it. It's like people. This woman kept posting gifs of people going, "Oh, let me drink your fanboy tears." I'm like, what? No, that's what bad people do. Don't gloat. That like what? That's a bad thing to do. You're a terrible person. But you know what? That type of terrible person. You know what they would love. You know what they would love? They would love Lower Decks. The person, no, they probably wouldn't because they wouldn't bother watching it, and certainly going to pay for it. But they would love the, they would love that character, that main character, who's a terrible human being, like a terrible human being. Okay, let's see. Let's go through the chat. Chris Persia, how you doing? Canada's favorite wrench. Please keep the chat clean too, guys. Well. Listen, no, mate. I'm doing my best, but I can't. I do open my mouth sometimes when I shouldn't. Today on my outing when I went out to get this thing called Poke, which sounds a bit sexual to me, right? There's this other thing we're thinking about. I wanted to go to, which is a new falafel place, right? So falafel, the little like Middle Eastern like ball things. Chickpeas, with spices, you deep fry them, put them in the pita bread with salads, and it's very good, very good. I'm trying not to eat bread though, but there's this new thing they're doing. They get falafel mix right before they cook it, and they put it in a waffle iron, right? And so you make it like a little like cone out of the falafel itself, and you put the salads into it, right? I'm like, well, that sounds pretty cool. I want to go check that out, right? I went like, let's go out. So that was what the takeout I was thinking of getting. And so I asked, how far away is this thing? Like the Poke is like half hour away. Or the traffic was so bad, it took us over an hour to get home, right? The Poke was like, the thing we got was half hour away. My wife said, oh, just over an hour. I'm like, what, one way? one way for a falafel. Are you out your freaking mind? And I was sitting there with my daughters. And I accidentally said, now I do this a lot. And it gets me in trouble a lot, quite deservedly. I said, what, does it come with a blowjob? Because, you know, I would assume you need some kind of incentive to get me there. Like, get in the bloody car for an hour for a freaking falafel. No, it's got to have some kind of like, you know, you got to sweeten that deal, I have to say. I think they're probably fine not selling me a falafel, quite frankly. All things considered, I think, given the choice, I can make 27 cents on this falafel, but I got to give this gross old guy a blowjob. Or I could not make the 27 cents. I think, okay. See, here's the thing. Look at things from other people's perspective, right? That makes things better. I'm still hard 20 minutes behind. Having watching Loki and the Valkyries a bit recently, I can diagnose a case of space squirrels. Yes. I got to get in touch with somebody for next week's video vote. Sorry, Andrew, when Voyager got home and Data died. Data. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I do. I do often forget that last Next Generation movie. It's a bit forgettable. It's a shame, really. It should have been much better than it is. I mean, like Tom Hardy, for God's sake, Romulans, Intrigue, and it was just kind of dull and long, you know. Okay, fine. Let me keep going. Running through the chat here. I'm at 7:13. There we go, 7:13. Don't see anybody new. Okay, that's good. If anybody's talking to me, I missed it though. Talking about Abslom Dark, Draconians. We will have a bit of Draconian action, mate. Okay. Going through that. So, Rebecca, what comics I may have missed what you said. Okay, yeah, fine. Actually, you know, because I'm a schmuck, I never plug, but I never do one on my live streams. This is the prize this week. It's a damn good prize. Okay, it's a really good prize. It's a Doctor Who comic book bundle. I'm going to start off with I think one of the best things, Abslom Dark. It reprints all the original Abslom Dark stories, plus like the follow up with the Seventh Doctor. So that's that. Then we got this thing, the Mark of Mandrogona, which is, I will say it's like mid Seventh Doctor strip. It's got a bunch of others. It's got Train Flight, Fellow Travelers. That's the one that answer Arthur Ranson art that I showed you. It is pretty dark. It's like got the Brigadier in it. Set Contemporary London, sequel to Mark of Mandrogona. Mask of Mandrogona. Then we've got an early Sixth Doctor reprint. It's the first Frobisher strip and Polly the Glot, which again, beautiful John Ridgway art. Got this special, which is the 10th Doctor and Martha strips, right? All this, one person gets all this. Plus, and this is actually probably one of the most pricey, this incredible zine, Vworp Vworp Volume 1. You can't get this anymore. They just did a reprint of it. You see, they did like these fake rub-down transfers in the same way that the first one did. So yeah, all this could be yours if the price is right. All you got to do, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. Yes, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. And then in the comments, leave the comments, leave the hash, not in the chat, in the comments. Because in chat, I'm going to forget it, going to lose it, going to eat it, going to throw it away. It's gone, okay? In the comments, leave the hashtag of Vworp Vworp. Go check the video notes. The instructions are all on there. Okay, so this. Okay, let's keep going through the chat. Third Doctor, yes, and you did well as well. You won the Judge Dredd America, right? Third Doctor, if I recall correctly. Your email said winner chicken dinner, right? I'm pretty sure because I hope because I'm getting email addresses from a bunch of people when I'm in my desperate attempts to catch up and mail things out, and it just jumped, and I was doing so well. Okay, wait. George Falloon, how you doing? Yes, I got your ones. Your packing slip is ready to go to be printed out. Phil, yeah. You like let's say when you beat someone. So this guy, this pathetic little guy. So he He also screwed up as well. He failed utterly, and he also screwed up, which left himself completely vulnerable to attack. The only reason I didn't see his attack coming is because I just didn't think anybody was really that pathetic or lowly. It's true. I just didn't think anyone would be that much of a loser. Like, really? Because he was pissed off at me. I became his nemesis years ago because he had this real stupid idea, which that I spoke against. Then when there was a what's it called again? A local election to implement this idea, he got his ass handed to him. Because it's not my fault he had an idiot idea that had a bloody stop, is it? Okay, here's the thing. Don't be stupid. Don't try and disrupt or hurt my community. Don't try and screw up. Don't do anything wrong. And I won't have to bitch slap you. It's that simple. I mean, really? Do you think I enjoy that? Do you think I get off on it? I don't. Right? He was butthurt about that all the time. I had no idea. So there you go. Thinking says, Sulibeck, I hope you're able to get the Blake 7 CGI update of it. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to watch it. Thank you for reminding me. I might actually get to it. I was pushing to get done with Umbrella Academy, which got to be a bit of a slog towards the end. Listen. Ellen Page, darling. Normally, you say the word lesbian. You say lesbian kiss and on TV. You say young attractive women doing a lesbian kiss on TV over and over again. I'm like, I like that show. I'm there. I think that's meritorious. Yes, you're very good. Gay kiss, not so much. No. Lesbian kiss. The rabbi subtly approves. Yeah, not openly. Yeah, subtly. And yet. Your storyline, which was replete with lesbian kisses, replete with them, bored the crap out of me. Oh, good God, stop gender. Yes, you're gay. Oh, isn't that good? Ellen Page, I get it. You don't like the president and you do like to eat pussy. I get it. We know. Everybody knows, okay? We don't care. We don't care about any of the above. And Kathy Griffin saying to you, and saying to basically all of you, we don't care. Whatever you want to do. It doesn't bother us. It's like the J-bots. They think we hate them because they like it. No. You're welcome to it. Please, I'm glad somebody's enjoying it. I don't think they're enjoying it as like a factor though. So this poor guy. So he lived in fear of me. I guess he still does. I mean, I can crush him. But yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I mean, honestly, look, here's a good thing about being religious, right? This is the position I'm in right now. I like everything's about Jewish law, right? If you can prove something, because I tell you, we're Jews are so fucking Jewy, okay? Religious Jews, they like it when they can get you on a point of religious law. So fine, they got me on this point of religious law and they expanded. So I got them on 50 of them, especially one where it was there's oh my God, it's real. I mean, you don't have to know Jewish law to know it's bad. It's so bad. So yeah, I got well, and I don't have. Here's the thing. I don't want anything from him, right? I don't need anything from him. I don't care if he wants to get this off him in this world, which will be the easiest way of doing it. Then I wouldn't. He's got to apologize. I got a few things he needs to do. Nothing. Far less than he tried to do to me. Far less. I mean, something so just. But he's never going to do it because he's too much of a pussy, right? So here's the thing. He's an idiot because, either you believe in God and, the whole, Jewish thing, or you don't, right? We apparently subscribe to the same belief system, right? My belief system says then you are beyond screwed, mate. You are you're gonna get punished for it's gonna be so much worse that whatever you think I would do, I would ask you to do, is gonna be so much easier than what you're gonna have to do. In the next one, either you believe or you don't, right? I mean, honestly, my belief of the afterlife, or the initial afterlife, is that every person in existence sees everybody else. Everybody in existence sees your entire life, and again, I think you see everybody else's entire life, right? And it's not like there's so much going on you don't notice that God can separate all out, and like everybody watches you, and so you and the things that are bad is when you do things that are bad, rather than that, less like having a poo or screwing someone or whatever. No, it's when you're doing something bad. So the only way you can get rid of that is by making yourself into a different person, right? If you can make yourself into a person that wouldn't dream of doing that, then you gets erased, right? So like, again, I know again in this world or the next that I'm gonna I'm gonna get that guy's house is gonna be handed to me, and honestly, I'm not gonna feel good about it. I'm not gonna feel good about it. Okay, let's keep going. Jules Falloon. So Rebecca, I can't wait to watch Indiana. Oh yeah, I can't believe he's never seen Indiana Bloody Jones. Oh my god, it's especially we saw Indiana Temple of Doom the other week, and it's in my top 5 movies of all time. It is so good. It is so, and again, you got to watch it as if you're an 8-year-old boy. It's made for 8-year-old boys, and it is glorious for it. Indy is the greatest hero to 8-year-old boys. Digby Strawbridge, that is a very cool name. So sad that the cultural change has overtaken so many sci-fi franchises to have been done to drive away existing. Yeah, no, yes, but again, I was of the opinion that they would drove away fans because they were social justice warriors, because they actually had a purpose, but they don't. They don't give a crap about anything. They don't care about anybody's rights. They don't care about trans. They don't care. They care about feeling good about themselves. That's the only thing that matters to them, is feeling good about themselves, right? And that's why they tokenize people, because they can use them to feel good about themselves. Another way they can feel good about themselves is being horrible to other people, right? Being cruel. And they are cowardly. And so again, if you're somebody who thinks Jodie Whittaker is a hero, you're gonna love this Doctor Who. But most sane people are like, that's not a bloody hero. They are. It's so the antithesis of heroism. And again, it's because basically there's 12% of Britain. And I'm gonna guess, take that, extrapolate that to the rest of the world. 12% of the Western world is on Twitter, right? And I think about half of that are arseholes, right? Half of them are like maybe even less, but let's say half are the. So that essentially we're being held hostage by the 6% worst people in humanity, like the lowest, and that's essentially what's going on, right? And because that 6% control the media, they control the media. They make they try and pretend like they're the normal ones, but they're not. And I think everyone's finally going, you guys are messed up. You guys are messed up. DB Story says, "Blimey, glad to have the classic series. Hope that you're welcome." What's the fluff? I'm terribly sorry. Okay, Ben Perman. I said hello to you. 1 second. I just majorly jumped. Okay. I think I've got everybody. There was Time Mechanic is here. Good. We always need to. If you can go back and find the. There we go. Fred Fisher, how you doing? Joe Biden couldn't formulate a sentence if it's like that. Oh my God, it's going to be terrible. I will be talking about a bit of politics, because come on. Okay, before we get into out of time, I want to tell you my little political journey with the current president of the United States. Right. So in 2016, I heard he was running. I thought, this is going to be freaking hilarious. Okay, the guy from The Apprentice. This is going to be. And I started watching, and he was just like, punk rock politics, doing stuff that you're not allowed to do, and just not giving a shit about it. I was like, whoa! And again, I didn't think this was serious, but it was happening, right? And then, what kind of turned me on about, and I do like him as president. I think he's been a good president. I think he's been a better president than pretty much anybody else would have been. I think I also liked what's his name, the guy he got really dirty with in the primaries. What was his name? Yeah, he got way crazy. So again, I didn't think it was real at that point. What's this guy's name? Ted Cruz. I don't think Ted Cruz would have been as good. I think honestly, we'll get into that. But I just thought it'll be hilarious. And then everyone said, "Oh, he's an Islamophobe," and it's like it keeps saying. Then I started reading like just all this like people lying about him after like being like in hysterics. Then they did all this like people like making stuff up. I was watching it at the time, and I'm like, but I saw it. That's not what happened. And that's really what got me in his corner more than anything else, right? That's what got me in the corner more than then. I don't get off of the fence quickly in politics. Like I was very open-minded to Obama, right? And I was like, hey, yeah, listen, he sounds good. He sounds good. He's talking a good game. Let's just see it. And it wasn't until his end of his first 5 years, whatever you call it, his first session, his first term, right? There, I was like, yeah, I think it's pretty bad news. By the end of the second, it was like, did he just destroy the world? I mean, he like blew up the Middle East and Europe, and like everything was like terrible, and it was like terrible to Israel. Then Trump comes in, right? And the economy immediately just like goes, like I'm like, I've absolutely done better. Yeah, financially, 100%. But then, he backs Israel. I'm like, oh, my man. Listen, you got my back. I got your back. No matter what, mate. No matter what. And then on Hanukkah, right? On Hanukkah, which is a very, very holy holiday. You have to be really Jewish to be able to say Hanukkah. If you're one of the Gentiles, if you're one of the goyim, you can only say Hanukkah. No, we go Hanukkah. He released was it Rubashkin from jail. Now Rubashkin was he used to own the major kosher meat suppliers in the United States, and then there was some bad blood between him and the field of the FBI, I think, and they said he was hiring too many illegals, and then they came and raided him, and they found that his way of screening was better than theirs, and he embarrassed them, and then they destroyed his life because of it. And totally because he was a Jew. They raided him on like some bogus charge to put him in prison. And because he was banged up, and it was really bogus. It was like shockingly bogus. Yeah, and then like the judge ended up being was somebody who was on the prosecuting team. It was on the detective, right? Like it was so insane. Like, it was something incredibly anything like that. And like but because of that, they shut down the business, and so he got himself a bridging loan. So they got him on like racketeering or whatever. Anyway, they basically banged him up for decades over nothing. And this is like a religious guy, a sweet religious guy, had no clue what was going down, right? So and then on Hanukkah, which is a real holiday of overcoming reality. And shattering the chains of reality. He releases Rubashkin. It was like he can be I don't know not to say, but like listen, mate, I got you. Then he moves the embassy to Jerusalem. I'm like, I even if you were screwing up, I'd have your back. But look, you got my back, I got yours. So here's my insane religious thought on who and what the Trumpster is. I believe he is more than, we are all many things. I believe he is the Messiah of the nation of Edom. The Messiah of the nation of Edom, and it's the good part of Edom. So basically, Jacob had a brother called Esau. Esau went off and made the nation of Edom, and they had like very bad business in Amalek. But basically, Edom is like is like would like country western, loud, boisterous. He basically is everything. He's imagine who Trump is the king of, right? That is the nation of Edom, right? And the way Edom is described, the only two characteristics the Bible gets, and the Bible is very, very, especially in Hebrew, it's very specific with the words it's used. Is that he is talks about his red hair, right? And when they say red hair, there's a thing called a paradume, a red cow, special red cow you need to be able to do the services in the temple, right? But it's really just orange. Okay, when it says red, it means orange. And so, like, the most recognizable feature of the president is his orange hair. It's like it's the one thing. So, like, I believe he's that. I also believe he's a direct reincarnation. I think he's the same soul as a Persian ruler called Ahasuerus, who came to power through a revolution, much like the current president, right? So that's basically where we are with that. So that's what that's where I am. And here's the weird thing. My prediction model is about 98% accurate, and the prediction model is saying what would God want with a sense of humor. And that's a crazy prediction model. That shouldn't work. That's insane. But just like the 6-Day War, the 1967 6-Day War, in which Israel vanquished his enemies in the most incredible way. 6-Day War is mind blowing. That war is not taught at West Point because the battle tactics in it shouldn't have worked. And it did. So there we are. Let's see, is anybody else in the chat? Let me see if I can catch up. Man. Just go. Unknown 289. Are there any other unknowns? So if anybody spoke to me, I missed it. I do apologize. Okay, honestly, best way, if you want to speak to me, get me via Twitter, instant messenger, and I will here. I better make sure nobody's got in contact with me, because that would be bad if I said that's the way to go. Yeah, if you want to get in contact, I'll turn the sound of my phone on. Unless it annoys me, then I'll turn it off. Fine, so let's get into out of time, shall we? So we're going to go to Pocket Mags. And we'll log in. I'm just going to make sure I'm not doxing myself. I'm already logged in. There you go. So let's share that screen. Say Chrome tab. There we go. It's no. Where are you? Wait. Oh, SFX. That's the one. Oh yeah. So SFX, they released the review early. I haven't heard it yet. Right? I haven't. Oh, man. I've got to share the wrong screen now. 1 second. I got to stop sharing that one. Start sharing this one. Hopefully this is the right one. Let's see if this. There you go. That looks like the right one. Excellent. Fine. Go over there. Yeah. So I don't know how. Like they also did in Doctor Who magazine. They were reviewing. Oh, maybe it's in Doctor Who magazine as well. Well, yeah. We'll go and check that after this. Let me just go here. Oh, just got to stand up. Oh man, it's better. Woo. Yeah, there's a lot coming in September, by the way. They got that new HBO show, Raised by Wolves, that looks really freaking good. And you got The Boys. Okay, 1 second. Before I read this, can everybody let me know? Oh, Space, what are you doing, mate? Can everybody let me know in the chat? I haven't read this. I don't know what it's going to say. It might have spoilers. Are we all ready for that? Just in the chat, hit yes. If anybody doesn't like it, say no. Okay, well, I'll tread water for a couple of minutes while we try and work out if we're gonna watch it. Fun and visually stunning the characters. What do we do? Okay, Chris Berger is saying afternoon, Dan. Well, afternoon to you, sir. Oh, wait, we got yeses. We got lots of yeses. Fine, and we're going in. If you're saying no, you're too late. Fine, let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. 4 out of 5 stars. Oh, that's not good. Multi-Doctor stories can be tricking things. For every punch in the air moment in the Day of the Doctor, there's head and hand scenes in the Two Doctors. No, I start off. I like the Two Doctors as well. Okay, fine. It's exciting to see our heroes on screen together, but it's all too easy for the resulting stories to be fan-pleasing mess. No, okay, fine. Wait. Let's examine that for a minute. Let's go through the multi-Doctor stories. We got 3 Doctors, fan-pleasing mess. No, sod off. It was actually a great story. 5 Doctors, fan-pleasing mess. No, sod off. It was a great story. 2 Doctors, fan-pleasing mess. It certainly didn't please fans. Not with those giant Sontarans. Listen, I might be being too nice to it, because it does have a wide-angled long shot of Nicola Bryant wearing a rainbow bow, like a metallic reflective rainbow bikini top, right? Before she puts her shirt on, I think. And it's like a long shot. You got the squint, but you know, when I was 14, it's worth squinting for, mate. Worth squinting for. So I might just be being nice to it for that. I like the two Doctors. There's nothing wrong with it. Then we got Dare the Doctor. Yeah, freaking awesome. Shut up. What else? Okay, the big finish you got, like the end, also awesome. Now I've got to look at my iTunes to try and work out which ones which ones are multi-Doctor stories. I have a multi-Doctor story. There we go. Playlist. So they have a bunch of them where they have 3 releases, but and each Doctor is in one. Oh, they got the Legacy of Time. That was a bit of a fan-pleasing mess. That was the only one. You got the 4 Doctors, which was actually very good. The Fire Companions, which was very good. No. Okay, fine. So I'm pushing back on that fan-pleasing mess. That reminds me, no reply from Nicola yet. No, not even a restraining order. Yeah, you all should start writing it. Dear Nicola, the Rabbi needs you. Here we go. Time Prophet. Oh, Time Prophet, how you doing? Say like in catching you up, lol. I got 3 videos now. There you go. You can do it. Push, baby, push. Fine, let's keep it. Fine, family mess. Fortunately, Big Finish has hit the right mark with its there you go. First of its series of multi-Doctor adventures out of time. So does this mean they're going to be they're going to be different Doctors pairing up? I had the feeling they're all going to be David Tennant and Tom Baker. It's the beginning of a trilogy, each feeling 2 different Doctors. Oh, there you go. So thank you for letting the cat out of the bag. This one is Tom Baker and David Tennant. So, do you think it's going to be David Tennant and other Doctors, right? I can imagine David Tennant wanting to do lots of multi-Doctor stories. I mean, he had that one scene in that was it again that one they did recently, which wasn't that great, Legacy of Time, which was and also I like Twice Upon a Time as well. That's another multi-Doctor story. Fine. And this one stars Tom Baker and David Tennant. Fan-pleasing combination if ever there was one. They are the 2 most iconic Doctors and the 2 most different portrayals I can think of. Right? They are really chalk and cheese. I mean, trying to think, is there any 2 that are that different? No, not in the classic run. I mean, Eccleston was very different in that he was very working class, but I see him more. Yeah, I can see him hanging out more easily with Tom's Doctor than I can with David. Like David, I don't see him not getting on, but I do. I do see Eccleston will probably get on better, I think, with Tom's Doctor. The 10th Doctor is still trying to outrun his upcoming regenerations. This is the Cathedral of Contemplation. So it's even mid-generation. Oh no, this must be before the was that last story? Not End of Time. Can't remember. Anyway, that last 2-parter. Was it End of Time? I can't remember. A piece of archetype that exists outside of time, opening doors and different and offering different views around the universe. While picking locks, he stumbles upon upon the Fourth Doctor, taking time out after the deadly assassin to paint a fresco and make a friend. Unfortunately, said friend is on the run from both her father and his enemies, the Daleks, both of whom come knocking. What? Unfortunately, said friend is on the run from both her father and his enemies, the Daleks. I wonder who the said friend is. We're gonna now. I'm gonna go over to the cast list. Let's have a look. See who's in it. 1 second. Big finish. I'm just doing this in another window because it's going to take me. It will take me forever to get back to that window. It's not in the. They should have it in like when the first. Should be like the first thing you see as you open up the website. Really, it's make me look for it. Fine. What kind of what's news this month? Yeah, let's have a look. See who's in the cast list. Jorah. That's it. Okay, you have David Tennant, Tom Baker, Nicholas Briggs of the Daleks, Nicholas Asprey as Captain Xena Keval, then Catherine Drysdale as Jorah, and Claire Rushbrook as the Abbess and Marna. Okay, so either Claire Rushbrook or Catherine Drysdale is his companion in this, I guess. It's a decent adventure tale, fast-paced when it needs to be, yet still with time for moments of poignancy as each Doctor faces either his future or past self, while the Fourth Doctor is relaxed about the Tenth's existence, implying his own future death. Tenth worries about losing everything I am to regeneration. So yeah, this must be right before his regeneration story. The Daleks are underused, but serve to highlight the difference between the Doctors. That's good. With 10 having come to the conclusion that, contrary to what Donna once said, he shouldn't be stopped from making the terrible decisions. Well worth listening for fans of either incarnation. Sounds like they could tie this into Time Lord Victorious, which I think is kind of smart they didn't. And they said in the 70s, a young David Tennant. I had the exact same experience. In the 70s, a young David Tennant got Tom Baker to sign the Doctor Who monster book at Glasgow's John Menzies. Yeah, mine was in Mill Hill, Fagan's bookshop. So there you go. Stop that. I'll go back here. Cool. There we go. So let's see. Have a quick look at the chat. See what we all think. I love the 5-inch Doctors. That was a good one. I never saw a bad episode of Davison, says the Time Problem. Let me think. I'm dead. Wait a minute. You've never seen Warriors of the Deep? That has one of the weirdest karate chops in all time. I can't remember there was a famous actress as well. She gets faced with a Merca, which is they just didn't have ready to shoot, right? It looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible. And faced with the Merca, it was supposed to be a giant, terrifying sea beast. She decides to attack it with like this weird martial arts. And it's not, add to that, like the sets and it's lit like, it's the freezer world. It's freaking awful. So yeah, look, he isn't bad in the episode. It's just that's a terrible episode. The only worse than that one is the Terror of the Vervoids. I think Terror of the Vervoids is I know Warriors of the Deep is pretty bad. Yeah, the karate was terrible. Like, what are they thinking? Like, what are they? They must think it's all crap, and they don't say one. Ingrid Pratt, right. With all that makeup, David Doctor, the only one where a companion really died. That's also true. And that's where it's in Big Finish right now. He's been basically he picked up a companion who got cybertized and then uncybertized. I can't remember. And then he's off moping about. in was it Time Apart, and also Frozen Time. With the first two parts of the I'm on the second part of it of the latest release. Let's have a look. Yeah, you know what? Let's have a shufty. What's coming up? Oh, who's that? Okay, sorry, no problem. Very smart. Daniel Leach saying he ran because he wanted to avoid spoilers. Cannot argue with him. Chrome tablets, big finish. There we go. Let's go back and let's look at what we got coming out this month. That I'm going to be listening to. Yeah, was it Madquake and Thin Line? Yeah, both of these just came out. So let's have a look who wrote these ones. So I think this carries on the arc after Nicola Bryant came back. They had a post-Yukanos Nicola Bryant story and then a post-Yukanos run, right, where she joins up with the Doctor. And so she looks the same on the covers, but she must be a couple of years older. But she still looks like, 19 on the cover of this one, which, okay, fine. Well, though she was kind of, listen, she's 60 in real life. She looks like she's in her 30s. So, fine. So we got the first story is, let's have a look, read the full thing. This was released in August 2020. Yes, I know. It was exclusively available to buy from Big Finish website until September 30th. I did not know that. And on general sale after that. 4 new adventures starring the Sixth Doctor, featuring the Sixth Doctor and Perry Brown. Get there. Well, I have to ask you, what type, what type of student is Perry that she wore the outfit choices that John Nathan Turner made her wear? Like she seems like she's how can I put this? Bit ready to go, and really, she does seem like she's the school bike. Yeah, she does seem like the school bike. Everyone's had a ride, but she didn't act like that at all. Who knows? I was thinking earlier today about the Doctor's sexuality. Has the Doctor had sex? Right? Obviously, I think the Doctor has at some point. But yeah, this is what I think. I think the Doctor is like, because he's so old, he's able to turn off his sex drive, right? And I think for most of his I think most of Hartnell, certainly Troughton, Pertwee, possibly Baker. I think Baker might turn on his sex drive for like a few years or so. I don't know. But Davison, certainly those incarnations, he turned off his sex drive. Colin Baker liked his visceral pleasures. That Sixth Doctor liked his visceral pleasures. Probably turned it back on again. I think. Went off to the triple-breasted halls of Eroticon 6. Sylvester McCoy too busy. McGann's Doctor, too busy being angsty and breathless. Yeah. War Doctor certainly not. Yeah, and as with Eccleston, still always too post-traumatic stress. I don't think, although I think he fell in love with Rose, right? I think Declan's Doctor fell in love with Rose, and it blew his mind. He was very, and then I think, the 10th Doctor was the first time he was contemplating actually having a physical, intimate relationship with Rose, right? He was actually generally contemplating it, and I think it probably happened with the Meta Crisis Doctor. Not sure with David Tennant. That's why he's got that lovelorn face. Possibly with Matt Smith's Doctor. I can see possibly Matt Smith and River Song. I think there's probably a time. Capaldi almost certainly not. And Jodie, God knows, if she's not the Doctor, who cares? There you go. That's a quick journey through the Doctor's sexuality. according to my opinions at this time and this day. Fine, so let's read what these stories are about. First one, the headless ones. When a distress call comes from an unknown source threatens to rip the TARDIS from the vortex, the Doctor and Perry arrive in the 19th century Africa, hoping to find the cause of the disturbance. Instead, they meet a British expedition searching for a long lost tribe, the Belemier. Okay, they're fine. Better known to locals as the Headless Ones. Okay, I mean, this is kind of interesting in that this is really what they should have done with that season where they had his first season where they had 45-minute episodes. They should have mainly done single story episodes. I think that would have really done him well. So this will give you a kind of feeling what that'll be like. So that's by James Parsons and Andrew Sterling Brown. Never heard of either of them. Probably their first work, I guess. Then we had Jacqueline Rayner. Jacqueline Rayner is a darn good writer. She's done a bunch of good stuff. Like on the Earth colony world, Rosina, the populace strive to be popular, likely to promotion, dislikely to okay, social media, like Black Mirror one. And more is something worse. So when the Doctor investigates the truth behind their subscriber-led society, he finds himself about to become very unpopular indeed. That's like a good story. I'm up for that. The Vanity Trap by Stuart Manning. He's written a bunch before as well. Myrna Kendall used to be a Hollywood film star. Now she spends her life reminiscing on chat shows. But there's always the one unfinished film she refused to talk about until the TARDIS interrupts the TV interview. Doctor and Perry's appearance stirs up long forgotten memories. That sounds like fun. Okay, I'm up for that. And the last story is Conflict Theory by Ned Fountain. Ned Fountain is also a great writer. Concerned by the Doctor's increasing overprotecting of Perry, Perry presents him with an ultimatum: either seek counseling or she leaves the TARDIS permanently. Reluctant to lose one of his closest friends. This is interesting. This is a real turnaround for this Doctor. The Doctor seeks out the one of the finest psychologists in the universe, Dr. Sigmund Freud. Okay, there you go. So that's that one. And let's have a look at the blurb for these ones. Again, which I can tell you I'm halfway through. Okay, so Thin Time. Halloween 1892, celebrated novelist Charles Crooksnap claims to have been receiving time communiques promising secrets that could change the world forever. But when the TARDIS interrupts the household's evening, the Doctor realizes he isn't the only interloper in London. Yeah, again, it's a very Sapphire and Stillsy threat. I'm looking forward to hearing how it finishes. Dan Abbott's also great. Guy Adams, another very very reliable writer. Abandoned on the planet Calamnia, Nissa, Tegan, and Mark take advantage of the therapeutic atmosphere to come to terms with the recent events, but others seek to take advantage. The Slitheen are on the way. I'm looking forward to that, and they're ready to sell this world to the highest bidder. So I just want to know what they're doing. I mean, I guess I'll know more when I listen to the whole thing. But again, so far the Thin Time's pretty darn solid, good story. Camera back on. Okay. Oh, right. That's the other. Let's go to the repaired. What's it called again? The repaired. Yes, the repaired. There we go. Script for. What's the name of the bloody story? It's. Can you hear me, Papa? Can you hear me? I said it's the only way I remember it. Fine. So here we go. Okay, it's a bit small, but I think I can squint. Let's have a look. Share screen. It's I think it's this one. That's the right one. Got it. Fine. So this is the script. This is by Ben Permit. Let's have a got to go here. So in the script, we go. Graham says, "I worry, Doc B. I worry about getting sick again. About the cancer recurring. I don't know. I don't know who to say that to. Oh God, he's really opening himself up to this awful woman. So I thought, I'll tell you, seeing as you're a doctor. Yeah. Once you have it, it's with you all the time. Not quite a shadow. I mean, my checkups are all fine, but it just made me think. I thought I should talk about it because why did they just cut out this whole speech? It's like beyond me. Those nightmares made me realize that fear's still there. So then the doctor says, I should say something reassuring. I should say a reassuring thing now, shouldn't I? Yeah, probably, says Graham. Still socially awkward. So I'm going to subtly walk towards the console. I can't believe I'm reading this. And look at something. And then in a minute, I'll probably think of the thing I should have said that would have been helpful. Okay. Oh God, awful. Fine. So let's read. Ben Rowe, it's got to be better. So she says, "This is the doctor's line. I think, Graham, between you and me, okay, this is already better. Oh my God, between you and me, that we should all be a little scared because who knows where our stories will end. You've got to hold on to the fear tightly. This is a great thing. Turning a force that makes you live every day to the fullest. This is brilliant, Ben. Use your fear to run faster, laugh harder, and be alive in the here and now. Oh, that would have defined her. That would have defined her as the bloody dog. That would have defined her. I'm annoyed that she would have become the doctor had she been able to say that. That's incredible. Okay. Time Bro says 29. Oh, good, 29. Thank you. And two Karen downvoted. Listen, the more downvotes I get, the higher my views are. Yeah, that's the bottom line. That's the way it is. Fine. I think we're going to wrap it up though, because what else was I going to talk about? Our time talks about. Oh, let's look at the Time Lord Victorious Paul list. Okay, let's see if I can find that. Time Lord Victorious Paul list. See if what I'm interested in. It's let's see if they have that images. There you go. How big is this? Come on. Fine, let's go to the website. Okay. What? No, it's got to be. Okay, well, I have to bloody small to read. Let's try and find one legible. Okay, this Radio Times, terrible rag, but yeah, they should have the bloody thing. Of course, it's by Hugh Fullerton. There you go. Why can't I click on it and make it larger? These guys, these arse clowns. Really? Hang on. Maybe if I just go here, it'll be bigger. Okay, fine. I can barely read that, but okay, we'll go for that. Is this? Yeah, I think that's it. There you go. Fine. This is a list of all the Time Lord Victorious releases. We'll just run through them quickly. So September, Dalek Awakens. That's like the escape room. Okay. Defenders of the Daleks. So that's a comic. Is it? Fine. That's a comic. It's not Doctor Who magazine. Fine. Don't care. Not reading it. Don't care. Then they got the annual, certainly not. Monstrous Beauty, that's in Doctor Who magazine. I got a subscription. I guess I'll keep on with that. The Night and the Fall. That's the book. The book looked pretty good, but they turned me off too much. So then I got the Master Trap, which has both the Ainley and the Master Trap and the Lesser Evils. So we've got both the Ainley and the Delgado Master, and they're both played by John Culshaw, I believe. 1 second, let's have a look. Just go back to it's in October, I believe. So September, October. Okay. Clicking on it. So wow, it's written by Sophie Isles. Oh, I'm a bit nervous already. Okay, listen. Her Twitter is a bit ew. Oh, it's just John Culshaw. So John Culshaw playing both the Ainley and the Delgado Master. That's sort of fine. Written by Sophie Isles. Yeah, they all look like they're going to be bad. Oh, Sophie Isles. And who's the other writer? Simon Gurris. Yeah, he was like the head honcho. He must like held a hand through it. Then they got another comic book, Defender of the Daleks 2. Yeah, don't care. Then another audio by somebody I've never heard of, Kill Me Not. This is October. He kills me, he kills me not. Let's have a look, see who wrote that. Oh God. How do I get back to it? This is the one. Started by Carrie Thompson, who has done nothing. Okay. Excuse me, do you have a vagina? Yes. Oh, good, very good. You can write Doctor Who then. Monstrous Beauty #2. That's in Doctor Who magazine. That's it. That's actually one of the few things I'm looking forward to. The Ninth Doctor strip. Then there's the release the figurines of the Dalek Emperor and Dalek Drone. Don't care. Then the Dalek Commander and Dalek Scientist. Don't care. Then it's back to another audio, Enemy of My Enemy. My guess is probably by somebody I've never heard of. It's it's in November. This is such a damn squib. Really is. By Tracy Ann Baines. Never heard of her. And this is the only thing she's done. Excuse me, do you have a vagina? Yes. Well, you could write Doctor Who then. That's yeah. What else am I supposed to say? That's clearly like you have a vagina, therefore you can write Doctor Who. What? Yeah. Like okay. Monsters Beauty, Defenders of the Daleks collection. Oh yeah, right. People are gonna be running out and buying that. Then you got Echoes of Extinction. They got more figurines. This is who gives a shit about any of this. Echoes of Extinction twice. 1 second. This was in November. So let's have a look. Now you see the River Song ones. Maybe it's in December then. Let's go to December. Well, they schlep it out to one release a month. Fine. Oh yeah, Echoes of Extinction. That's the one that actually Lizzie Hopley. She's written before. I've seen. Oh yeah, fine. She's got some credits. Oh, thank God. Okay, fine. Lizzie Hopley is a real writer with experience and knows what she's doing. Good, fine. I'm glad they found one. Yeah, it's just like if this is your first job, it's just like it makes you look so bad. And this is one's written by Alfie Shaw, you know, who's the editor of the short trips, I think. Mine's of Magnus. Who gives a crap? Not like who gives a crap? It was such a bad release, bad cover. All Flesh is Grass. That's another book. The book's supposed to be quite good, and a couple more toys, and then there's another interactive. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Fine. Last thing there was an article I was going to loot. No, I'm not going to read it now. It's just too stupid. It's talking the chief animator on Star Wars saying Star Wars isn't really about wars. Yes, it is. It's about it's heroism during wartime. That's what Star Wars is. It shows this incredible heroism of wartime. But if you're one of this idiot generation who don't know what heroism is, then, yeah, you might be a bit confused. Fine! Let's wrap this up. I bet Karen is yeah, poor Karen. She is no Karen, okay? She is no Karen, that woman. She's, I got nothing but respect for Karen Gillan. There you go. What would you think? Not Karen Gillan's a doctor. I think that would be, I could kind of see that because you know, how close he felt to Amy, but which I'm sure was I know was a platonic thing. But what do you think of what's the name? Targaryen. What's the name again? Daenerys Targaryen. I'm spelling it. Yeah. Hopefully Google will work out what I'm talking about. Played by Emilia Clarke. I wonder what Emilia Clarke would be as a doctor. Nah, I don't think she's got enough bite. Yeah. The Red Lady, much more so. She'll be an interesting doctor, but again, a bit. I have to see her in more things. Candice Van Houten. Lena Headey would have been. She would have been a good doctor. But I don't think she would. I think Lena Headey would have worked. Again, you need a good writer. Anybody else in Game of Thrones? Nothing. Nobody leaping out. Anyway, there you go. A little bit of musing for you. Let me see. Let me just have a quick look over here. See if I missed anyone. Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, no, it was great, Ben. You did great. I think. I am surprised you haven't been invited to the fourth wave of the TFM community on Twitter. I don't know what the TFM is. Everyone helps each other out there. We'll ask if you want. What's the TFM? Oh, the Founder Menace. Yeah, bro, sure, join me in there. I'd love to. Yeah. Excited to see what. Yeah, it was so much better. It was very good. Okay. That reminds me. No reply for Nicola. Fine. I think I cut that to everybody. That's as far back as I'm going. So, gentlemen, ladies, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a pleasant evening, pleasant afternoon, pleasant day, no matter where you are in the world. I'm going to click the end broadcast button. Please, Time Pro, definitely hook me up there. Oh, by the way, and we got to get together and stream sometime. I'm so sorry. I just got so much going on. I please get in contact with me because I would love to stream. I love stream with everybody. Okay, if you want to stream together, get in contact with me. I'd love to. If you want to come to the channel, get in contact. Especially if you're a comic skater, right? Love to have you on. All right, anyone talk about comics? I'm always there. Okay, my name's Sheila.